welcome to this little tutorial video on a transition. And yeah, I've got my clips set up here, and as you can see I've already masked them out, and I also made you can see the keys I press down here in the left, in case you're wondering about them. But yeah, I made this mask from this picture, so you can see that. We're gonna do some border transition, and yeah, it's kind of inspired by this picture in general. And I also made a mask of the hand. I think I'm already gonna change this a little. I'm gonna remove this mask so that we only have this part, and in this layer we only have like the hand. So for example, if I would scale this, I would only have the hand, because I want the hand to be in front of the border. And then I have this clip. This will be second slide part. I didn't mask anything here, but maybe I will. And here, yeah, I created a mask which will be revealed kind of with when the border flips. Yeah, I can already delete this layer because I only need the mask. But yeah, this is the setup. And what we also need is, also, if you're wondering, I have installed a few plugins and so on, but I probably won't use them in this video. Yeah, just in case you're wondering what all of these fields here are. But yeah, for now it's not important. Let's just start with making the transition. And what we need is, we need a border. So I will go to layer new and shape layer, and on this shape layer I want to create this border. And I think I will actually bring up this picture, yeah, and kind of try to create some rectangle that's around the size of it, but it's just, yeah, estimating. And my fill, I will change this. I'm pressing Alt so you can see this to change the fill mode, and I will set it to none, and then yeah, create a stroke. And I think I want this to kind of animate like this in the beginning, so that it animates on, but I'll just, so we can see it, I will leave it like this. Okay, and I'm gonna change up this a little so we can see the options. I will make this a 3D layer, and the other layers will become 3D as well. And my comp settings are these right now. I will maybe change up the frame rate later on, but for now it renders faster if you keep them rather low. And I have Cinema 4D as my 3D renderer, which is why I can gain access to these options, which gives me some extrusion depth and so on. And yeah, this will be useful for creating the whole 3D effect, especially when we are going to turn this later on. And now I will make use of one of the plugins I installed, which is reposition anchor point, and I can just press this and it will automatically position it in the middle. Yeah, but now we have this border set up. Okay, and I'm also already gonna make these layers 3D and change this to custom view 1. We can see that right now it's, yeah, not in the middle of this, and also the rotation isn't right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change both of the rotations of these clips using the Z rotation. And this should also be in front of the whole yeah, this could be a little bit more in the back, that's true. So if you go to this and you want it to be like in the middle really of the layer, you can see that right now I'm gonna set the extrusion depth to 40, and for this clip here I'm gonna set it to 20, and now it should be in the middle because 20 is half of 40, and the hand should be in front, and I'm gonna just set it to -1 to make sure that it's in front of the border. And now we can make the whole thing fit into there. Maybe I will change up the shape later on, but now let's rotate. I press R, you can see it hopefully. Okay, now since I'm just gonna align this maybe a 6, and then I'm gonna also change the position up so that it is really in the whole thing. Okay, if I go to the active, okay, this is the active camera right now. Oh, I changed the active camera. Well, how can you reset this? I'm not really sure, but maybe if I just put in a camera, yeah, that could. Yeah, active camera. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this camera right here so that it's set back to the original view. Okay, yeah, we can see that it's aligned in the middle, and that's what I want, but I also wanted to really fill out the whole shape. So I think I'm gonna change up the shape. I could also change up the image, but I can also just change the shape by adjusting all of these things. Okay, and now we have 1/2. And since I want this to stay here, I'm gonna time and, well, it's an image, I don't need to change the time settings, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, you can just extend this, and now let's fit this image into there. So first I'll change up the scale, and I'll position it, and also it should be 3D, and with the position it should have the same value as the other one, but I'm gonna make this smaller. Scale, I think I want the heads to be around the same size, so I'm gonna move this. Okay, make it a little bit bigger again. That's probably good. Okay, right now it's I can bring it down a little, and now I should probably mask this out. And the way I will do this is just press G for the mask tool, and since this is the middle, I will go here and create a nice mask, kind of tracing the shape. And now we have both the clips aligned. Okay, yeah, good. And we have it all in a 3D layer, so, and with a camera, so you could change up the whole camera and so on later on, but I will just leave this like this for now. Okay, and we have, and I also want a stroke to be here in the middle, and for this what I will do is I will have to add could do it with a new shape in the shape layer, which you could create just doing this. Yeah, and okay, it automatically created a new shape layer, so I think I'm gonna leave it like a new. And right now it should probably be extruded as well, just to make it fit. And now we have here both the clips, and later on, or now it's probably a good time to create a null object to have all of the objects move together. For this, yeah, I'll go to layer, new null object, and this should be 3D as well. Oops, not this grid. This proportional grid, and go to the active camera. Now I want okay, now I want the null object to be in the middle of the whole shape. Okay, which is for the position. We should change the position of this, and I have snapping enabled. I don't know if okay, somehow well, I can use this right here as a reference, kind of, to have this shape there really be in the middle. Let's go back to the active camera. Yeah, just it's about aligning the null object to the middle of the whole shape. And since the shape is 40 extruded by 40, this should be 20 as well to have it in the middle. And I don't know if, okay, maybe if I just copy the value from here, paste it here, it will probably align with the middle. And now what do we want? We want both these layers to be parented, and this one, and also the shapes, of course. And later on this will rotate. I don't know if this should be parented or not. We're gonna look at this later, but for now let's select all of them, and I'm pressing Control to manually select, and I'm gonna parent all of them to the null object so that they can move together. If we want, for now, we could now change and all of this together as one, which is very nice. And now we can move, work on the slide transitions, which means for now I should rather say the mask reveal transitions. And yeah, what I want is this to kind of reveal up. So selecting the mask tool and just creating a rectangle mask over the old mask. You could also pre-compose this layer, but then you'd have to align it in 3D again. But you could have pre-composed the mask out layer, and then you wouldn't have to deal with multiple masks. But yeah, I think we can also work with this way. But you could of course change it up if you want to. Now we have to animate the mask path so that it really reveals. And for this, yeah, we have to just drag these down and make sure that they are that the whole mask is aligned in a straight way. Maybe it's better I can delete the mask. Okay, yeah, I can just delete the mask and do it again so that we really have a nice rectangle, and just select the rectangle tool. Okay, but it gets rotated. No, we can fix that. Just rotate the whole mask again. So that it's really parallel. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, now it should be. Okay, now we can adjust this just so that it really gets a nice straight reveal. And yeah, you can change this to intersect. Now I revealed all of the mask accidentally. Okay, mask path animated. And bring both these down, holding shift to so that you can just move in the Y direction, so up and down. Okay, and for now we can also get rid of the grid. And now we have the one reveal. Okay, it's pretty quick. I'm gonna easy ease them for now. Oops, not double click. Okay, and now the same thing with the other picture. Just can I maybe copy the mask, just the other way around, I guess. Okay, intersect. And now let's see, this mask was okay, it was placed rotated as well, since this clip is rotated probably. Okay, then we have to do the same. We have to align it so that it's yeah. Let's align it. Okay, and oops, now it's time to make this fit the image. Okay. Okay, and now we have this mask. Gonna change up the shape of this as well. Okay, wrong. This back means the back arrow key, in case you're wondering, but I think it's clear. Now this goes up and this should go down, and so we can take this way. Okay, so and easy ease, just now we already have this, and we want the stroke to animate. Okay, then it should animate kind of in, and to do this you can either change the scale or you can change the path. I think I'm gonna try changing the path and aligning it really nice in the middle. Yeah, I think that's already good. And I'm also pressing shift again to just move it up or down. And yeah, now we have nothing, and then we have this reveal. Nice. And it should align with the other reveal. And first we want this shape layer also. We can animate the stroke so that it also reveals in, which is stroke width is what we want to animate here. You can press U to bring about the keyframes on a layer, and like this I'm gonna align it with this and change this to 0. Now F9, and now let's have a look. We already have this going on. Now I also we don't have to have this, but I thought it was kind of cool since this picture had this hand. So what I'm gonna do with the hand is I'm first gonna align it so that it really fits the border here. Okay. Yeah, you can see the old hand underneath, but if maybe we can just cover it up. Yeah, so that it doesn't look like the hand originally has another place. Okay, now what are we gonna do with this hand? Well, we could just have it kind of rotate, maybe. And don't know if this will look good, but let's try it. Okay, put it to 0. Yeah, this could work. Yeah, I think it should probably be then if we do this rotation, and I'm gonna change the position as well so that it's more in front of the object, but this is now just yeah, just some fine tuning, I guess. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think that works. You could also come up with many ways to kind of implement this hand creatively, but for now let's go on with the whole transition. And now we want the layer here, and also these layers, they can stay for a little longer, yeah, because we want what I want is this whole shape to rotate and reveal this mask. So this mask should be 3D as well, and it should probably match up with the whole shape. So I mean, it should align with the other layers. So I'm gonna put it in the middle as well. Now it will kind of have some problems with showing all the images, but that's not. Yeah, it will go away later on. Okay, now I'm gonna. So it will rotate, and when it rotates, it should reveal the character. And I think I will make it so that the character will first have like the size of the box so that it can reveal nicely, and then it will zoom in. Yeah. And now we can rotate the whole object, pressing R. And I'm gonna work on the X rotation. Setting up the keyframes, and here, when it's at 90 degrees, okay, since the camera is set up like this, you can still see a little bit of the images, but then when it's at 97 around, then I want the images to disappear since they are not visible anymore, but I want this to rotate more than just this. I want it to kind of rotate like this, and at the end it should be at the bottom of the person, so here down here. And for this I can also change up the position, and yeah, and we want the keyframes to kind of be I think I can change up the scale a little more and put it a little further down. And here again put it in the original place. The original place was I don't know exactly, but it should align with the layer below. Let's have a look. I think that works. Okay. And now what we want is, of course, this layer shouldn't overlap. And first I'm gonna make sure that this whole, I'm gonna separate the dimensions, that this looks nice. And I'm not just gonna ease it. I'm gonna go into the keyframe editor and make it a little more interesting. And what I'm gonna do also is work on the rotation so that it kind of goes into the other direction before it goes down, so that it kind of goes up a little. In general, maybe you can add some more movement to the whole thing. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to have like or work with the camera or with another object. What you prefer, to first focus on this and on this picture or a video clip or whatever you're using, and then kind of zoom away. Maybe we can do that later on, but for now let's make sure that this looks kind of nice. I'm wondering, I could also like play around, or you can also play around with the Z rotation. Like if you would rotate it 180 degrees, I'm just wondering what it would look like. So let's try it out. Interesting. Don't know if I'm gonna leave it like this, but for now. I think it would be cool if this would then rotate later on as well a little more. So you have 180 and then maybe turn it back like this. Okay, it's too much. So you can just move the keyframes up. Okay, I think what I want is not not this to already move kind of fast here as well, so that we really have a lot of movement. If I want to, I don't know if I. Okay, maybe this should go back to 0. So we have a rotation in this direction and this direction, but maybe it's a better idea to have it like rotate the whole time in one direction. I think I prefer this. And then what I'm now we can work on this mask reveal thing. So what you want to do first, you want to make sure that the character is animated the way you want, or the mask the way you want it to be. So I'm gonna separate the dimensions again and make it move a little more in the beginning. I'm pressing shift to just move the handles in one direction. So for many things you can use like the shift to just move things in either upwards or downwards or just sideways. Okay, now since this is kind of rotating to the right, I think it would be cool if we would make this rotate to the left. If you get what I mean, that first this is maybe like at minus 100. This, okay, let's have a look. See, so that this rotates the other way as the whole square thing. Could also make both of them in this same direction. Move in the same direction. Okay. Just gonna adjust this a little. Maybe this shouldn't be like as extreme. Yeah, I like this. And now I'm gonna really do the whole masking thing, and for this, yeah, you just have to set up a nice mask. So it's best to, when you set up the masks, it's best to go up to like a default position so that the character is really facing the front. And now I'm gonna create this mask and change it to intersect. And now we have to, we can like animate the mask path. I'm gonna close this down and just press M to only bring up the masks. So we want to change this mask path. And also we now have animated this rotating square, and you can see that at this point it's like above and then it's below. So I want, when it's below, I want all of the inner things to disappear. Also the stroke. So I'm going to press Ctrl Shift and D is what I was pressing. I don't know why it's not showing up completely, but here you can see now all of the other things are away or are gone. And yeah, here the mask can be completely revealed, that's alright, but here it definitely should not be, and it will start here, which means I will move the whole mask up, and at this point it should be like this, but I'm gonna start off by having it completely invisible, which is right here, and delete this keyframe. And now it will already reveal, kind of. And at this point it can already be completely revealed. So I'm going into the graph editor and have a look at, well, here you can not really see it that well. Okay, this definitely needs to be adjusted so that it aligns with the whole square. So now you can have a look. Hello, yeah. Okay, it's kind of rotated, but it's as long as it fits, or kind of fits, it should be okay. So let's have a look here. Maybe it's better to set a few extra keyframes. And now let's set one here, and at this point around this much should be revealed, and then this point, yeah, I think it will work. So it's pretty quick, you can see all of the things that happen that well. but yeah, you can just the speed. But here we have the slide transition, and okay, here it's kind of flickering, and I think this is because something is overlapping that shouldn't be overlapping. And this can happen when you have many objects at around the same. Yeah, okay, here it's also flickering, so this means that somehow here in between these layers the problem is. Okay, I think it's this right here. So this picture has this mask, okay, and it does this mask. Okay, I don't really get why it's flickering like this. Okay, it should be because of this layer. Yeah, no, this doesn't work. Okay, an easy fix for this is to just set one of the layers as a different value, just 1 or so, and you won't really see a change from this, but it will get rid of the flickering if some objects are placed in the same distance, which is the Z position. Now we have this whole transition, and I won't go into animating like the camera, but what you could do now, or the null object, you could change up the scale like this, and then you could change up the position and so on, and have it just animate so that it's kind of pointing to this character and then to this character. You can also make use of the rotation a little bit, but this is just gonna take a long time if I want to get it really well, and I think you get the point of this transition, how you do the masks and the shapes, then the rotation, and you have this mask of this character. You can add this rotation, you can also not do the Y rotation. But yeah, that's it for this transition tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, have a great day. Goodbye.